right now, I want to continue along here, wind down the final week here of Part 1, Season 12, good Tron season. We find ourselves in Chapter 5, last ISO. A lot more thing with the Tron Legacy. I've not seen the movie. It's not bad. I actually kind of enjoyed it. Been a while since I had a chance to see it again. Yes, I said, had a Twitch yet. Yeah, it can be. So, not an overly enforced rule from what I've ever seen, but it is technically a rule in some of the bylines. Mostly just on their end, they don't want to be caught up in any sort of fury from any other dev company that's tough about allowing such things on the platform and whatnot. Not that they necessarily are that concerned about it. But if someone complains, then the DMCAs, it's kind of the same thing. They don't necessarily care, but gives us a little legal protection in case they need to drop the hammer on someone. Like, we warned you! Better to be safe than sorry. Alright, first race here, the Nexus run. Run stages. Win and use manual boost for at least 30 seconds. Yeah.
I am ready for victory! I can get anyone, anywhere!
Hey, what's up, Hollywood? Good to see you this morning. Welcome, and happy Friday. Still against Twist, yeah.
This is going to be
Always good to follow rules. Hope you're doing well this morning. Checking out a little bit more Disney Speedstorm here to wind down our week. Oof. Alright, slow down. Got the last two chapters here for the first part of the Tron season to race their way along, so. Still a busy morning. Hello, personal chore committer. Yes! Commitment is key. Hope you're doing well this morning effort. Welcome. Happy Friday to you. Had a chance to start off the morning with the tournament races they added there for inside out groups. So we're cruising along with Chapter 5. Getting done with a little bit more of the season tour. That's what I did. Rapid fire on that makes it really hard to avoid if you ever get caught in front of someone who uses it. I'm having that issue last week. Yeah, I rather enjoy them. Especially works out nice once the action got his upgraded skills here. It's a pretty steady amount of boost from it. Something I always like in Racer. And he's just a fun character. Typically like racing with tricksters as well, so maintain Nitro pretty well with them. I like good game, things going fun. Nice. More of that. Whole night going. There we go. I do like that they expand the different types of games and genres and whatnot with that. A little bit of everything. The world we live in. No free to play games though, I've got plenty of chores to do every day. I want to keep making that progress. Alright, so the next race here, Christmas Circuit. Classic. Win and go through 11 speed bet.
Prepare to
Every day, like clockwork.
trust me, I'm your guru.
I go with good old Jack. I like Jack.
I can't wait.
Yeah, with the newer seasons, it's been more difficult to unlock a lot of racers as far as the new seasons themselves, but for the most part, a lot of the older seasons, at least up through, probably. I remember Christmas was my last major one. So they only unlock a lot of racers, even regular. Just daily free to play stuff. Patience and time. Also, maybe for you can hurry to unlock races is not that big a deal. As I was saying the other week, I'm like, it's a solid racing game. And if you can't necessarily unlock every piece of everything in this out, regularly putting in a lot of money into it. Also, some solid free-to-play games. This needs something I had an eye on when they first announced it a while back. And vibes to it that remind me a lot of like the Borderlands series, which I enjoyed, but I never had a chance to actually make a copy of it. I was intrigued again when the second one was gone, free to play, but I never really had a decent enough PC build to play a game like that effectively. He recently added some Destiny characters to it. Ubisoft's little Brawlhalla party fighting game there.
This couldn't be more wonderful.
Speed. Zigzaggy. Alright. 3 shards and upgrade coins. Back over here. Continuing along with stage number 3, Metroville Mayhem, class race, and armies challenges. Need to go back to chapter 4 to get the other one done though. I have just hold up a bit more. See what we have to do with this one. Win the race, slide on granite pipes for at least 6 seconds and 9 seconds. Okay. 10 seconds. Good.
Oh, nobody's faster. Trust me.
Not quite at 46, but I'm pretty certain we should be alright.
Come on. I can do it. I know I'm deciding my own future. Yeah, baby. My soul will ride.
There's your first grind rail. Sometimes I actually like to disbalance on these just to extend the amount of time which I'm riding them. Yeah, that's to make things worse, isn't it? But that's what I was yelling about earlier in the tournament races. Just their uncanny ability to immediately pop out of nowhere and go tag. Like, yeah, you didn't need to run into me at the exact point that I was going over that. Just compound the whole transition to the jump there. And some catch up here. At least there's 3 grind rails here. Oh. Almost crashed into that. That I did. Oh. That's a shame. Bounce off of it. Break. Oh, see whether or not it matters. At this point, I'm worried about getting in first. Jungle Book kid there decided to break away in an unseemly fashion. There you are, goofball. Running into walls for. Well, hopefully that's all we needed. Outside of those. Mowgli, go away. Now see how it was that time. I had gotten onto the Granville's the second lap properly. Right, but yeah, we're right. Good. Alright. Chunk of shards there for Woody. No, I think I need most of them. Yep, I didn't need any of them. Nice chunk of season coins then. Nice. Now we continue along to stage number 4. Input sprint. Flying objects race. Win and perform 9 aerial stunts.
Shall we strive for a little spectacle? Off we go!
Off we go! Do you remember what the rest of the roadmap was after Tron was the one thing that was looking forward to, so I don't remember what else was after that.
The game has changed!
Or if they mentioned. Stunts. No, that's what I couldn't recall. I think it was at the list after the Christmas and incredible seasons there. Tron was the last little notch on their roadmap that they had at the time.
This is my stage!
Da-da.
Victory is mine!
4 laps getting 9 stunts shouldn't be too much problem. Big Hero 6, that was right. Got Biscuit Box here. Here's a fun little movie. Now they made a couple like series and other stuff off of it, but I'm not seeing too much of those. Pretty certain I'll focus most heavily on the movie. Alright, continuing here for the stage number 5. Cough cough. Don't want to breathe in coffee. Yeah, so we have here the shards for Gem, Brown and Bradley for the black cards. Some races done. Needed win races with I think with Prince Eric and Wreck-It Ralph. 2 I need to work on.
I'll show him who's boss.
And Mr. Ralph somewhere. Suppose I could just go with Prince Eric. Mine's Sat and Ralph.
Let's get to work.
Prince Eric. Hello.
I'll teach you some respect. How hard could this be? Let me try. Gateway.
Drinking coffee. Not why they call it coffee.
Wouldn't change a thing.
Break coins.
I'm not technically a racer, but I think I'm.
Did you know snowmen are naturally aerodynamic?
All right.
Do one of each.
How hard can this be?
Hello, fellow racers.
Isn't this great? Fresh air, the wind in your face.
Hello there, Biz. How have you been? Welcome, welcome. Morning, morning. And happiest Fridays to you. Life's been treating you well. Join your art and game development stream, sir. I do kind of like the way they changed the missed races would be. Simple laps like that. It makes up for the fact that they now have 2 mystery races in a single chapter. Get through them quicker. I got some Speedstorm here this morning. Friday, so last week of these current part of the season. Bit of racing to do. Alright. Stage number 6, Graveyard Track, floating object stage. Win and use 6 skills. Finished Jack last time, so we will go with Omnidroid this time.
Good choice. Come on, bugs, let's race.
Said it was a good choice.
Don't expect me to go easy on you.
Get ready, because this is gonna be a scream. Watch this.
Make sure to grab those. Using skills is the whole thing down. These I don't need. Unless of course they're actually pointing to that item box. That's actually important. And keep my eyes on what the boxes are. Not the most ideal character for this race course.
I'm on fire tonight.
Okay. Here's number 7. Bitstream loop. Last one standing. Always an interesting race. So the Arby's challenges here. I don't think I'll be able to do this one at the level 48. Get Zeus leveled up quite a bit more. Let's see what I can get those last 3 finished, but those there I have that level 48 though, so just worry about the baseline challenges then. In the race, we 12 drift boosts. 20 would be the other higher end one.
Shall we strive for a little spectacle?
Yes, I think I have enough to give them up one more level, but
One more reinvention.
still quite short of the 48. In a different race course, maybe, but
Ooh, yes,
the last one standing races get kind of tricky.
I've read about this vehicle.
This is going to be quite the ride. Yes!
Interesting stage to do the last one standing in. Also the stage of the dominant duty. Usually time trials in, which I kind of find annoying. Oop, just the rail. Got an appointment coming up next month. I don't remember exactly when. Next month. So get the counter flipped over, then I'll worry about it. Also remember that I need to do drift first, and they electing to do that because I've been running guardrails this whole time. Shame on me.
Yes! Applause! Yes! Yes! Don't stop!
You promotional support now. Folks don't enjoy the dentist. I usually don't mind cleaning, but you never know when it is them. Like, keep an eye on that tooth there. Alright, stage number 8. Full tracks, skill brace. Win using 9 charge skills.
I will make this look
Chance to take out
good.
some of the other inside out characters again.
Trust me,
Since we didn't get a chance
I
to
am
play,
very
oh okay, I'll have them bubble up for far. Never mind, I was gonna say, we're getting anxiety here. I'm weed back there, but
Okay, I'll do my best.
Shall we strive for a little spec?
team race was discussed yet in her tournament race, so for this time.
I can do this. I have
Hey. Trying to remember what item boxes so I can actually charge skills going. Yeah, I thought there was some up here. Yeah, that's what I was saying to Jester. I was like, for the most part, most people I've seen had a chance to play it or do commentary on X1, not saying all though. But okay, along here, let's put a track here. Nice, stage number 9, Omnidroid Outrun, classic race. Just Harvey's challenge here. Win the race, stay in a slipstream for 30 seconds. Try it. It's gonna be
Can we race now?
two, but pretty excuse. But yeah, leveled up like Dash anyway.
This suits a new outfit. Sweet. We can use our powers, right? I'll do
Trying
my
to
best.
move over to it.
My best is super magic.
But now it's yellow instead of red. It's dangerous. Hold back a little bit at the start of the race anyway, so just as well if it's challenging.
This will be over in a couple keystrokes.
I wish they'd let me run.
Alright, we're trying me now. Why Stitch, why?
For sure.
Not getting up to 30 seconds yet, so I'll probably have to. Just the first 2 laps. No, Stitch, why? Alright, let's catch up. That's what I was doing a race this morning with Swan. One of the best backward skills with the defenders, so they had just options. I don't have anywhere to run anymore once this get off that hill. It's air time until the goal. But yeah, then in almost the entire race, the only skills I kept getting over and over again were the bow skill and then her special ability. Because like this isn't helping me. I was trying to use a backward skill. Can't do that due to these skills. Very frustrating. It's like you have a one of the trickster use skill there, and then you also have there's a shuriken that you could use, but wasn't getting either of those. He's got one of them done. You know, like chest manager? Yeah, you never know. Ever works for you. Anime and whatnot I watch some of them, like in the traditional Japanese, but it's always easier to watch passively if I'm not focusing on the text, and I can focus on the rest of the content that way. Alright, now stage number 10 here. Holiday Run. Let's go race, win and stun 5 opponents. Okay, try to do that. Boogie Boogie might be a decent option, especially. I already raced pretty much here, but he starts with explosive skill there with this flame, so that'll actually trying to do that. Stun opponents. I had heard that Amazon with some of their anime stuff that they were licensing or whatever, working on a system to AI voice synthesis with the vocals for localization, so that allows them to use the existing baseline for the characters' voices, so they aren't having to deal with the this character sounds better in Japanese sort of critiques that a lot of people get with those sorts of games, shows and whatnot. I don't know how far along they've gotten into working on that long term, but yeah. There's certain anime works that way too, where it's like, I mean, the whole thing is that anime high school origin, as opposed to ones like, say, Fullmetal Alchemist or whatnot, which isn't fundamentally in any given real world location, so not quite as language isn't quite as relevant. Next question, exact turn, yeah. Especially for people who aren't like right at the computer, sitting on the edge of the seat, then just again what I was saying with the anime, it's easier to watch more passively, so I can do other things at the same time and still keep up with what's going on instead of kind of guessing. I understand enough Japanese I can kind of keep up. He sounded angry. I guess I understand what's going on in the scene anyway. So there's a few folks that I know that I hang out with pretty regularly other parts of the world, like Voltaise, some Swedish, but yet folks sometimes pop in the stream in the chat and whatnot, so that kind of tales with them. Same going on a little bit bigger. He's typically playing Valorant, so there's not too much that I need to know for dialogue context with the game or anything, so still follow along pretty well. Alright, page number 11 here. Next mystery race. Some more crew stars there for Gem, Marvin, and the Sirens. More upgrade coins.
Let's get boogie boogie to it. Good choice.
Gosh, I'm
Zarek?
just happy to help. Time to set sail. Anchors up.
Folks like Casino try to do a little bit of both. Bilingual in his stream. Often some of the things that he says on a regular basis in both English and Spanish stream. Translator bot in his chat to swap for one or the other depending on. I have to ask basic questions yet. Never know, a good way to build up a following of Japanese gamers. I don't necessarily know how more or less excited Japanese gamers are for the new Assassin's Creed though, but Oof.
Oh no!
Oof.
Careful.
Oh, there you go. Took a little bit of Japanese when we were in high school, but it wasn't enough to really learn too much. It was just a handful of basic words and phrases. Never got to the real nitty gritty of all the kanji and everything else for grammatical syntax and other important things about really understanding the language. German was a lot easier. There you go. A lot of language skills I'm typically more well versed at being able to read them than about anything else. Japanese kind of being the
I can look after myself.
broader exception to that. The other character, because I got Ralph.
I'll prove I'm not just another chariot chaser.
No.
Yes, phonetic Japanese is written in. English text. So bad. That's the same way with German or Spanish or Italian and whatnot. It's written the same. Watashi wa! Write that in Japanese, I'd be like, I don't know what that says. Watashi wa? Oh, okay. My name is. Can only read English. That's an important skill to have.
Oh, I am gonna win a medal.
Yeah, that sounds right. Those lightning bolts. Language arts in general will never be my particular area of interest or forte. I know enough about English to be able to say what I need to say. And as with most everything else I have knowledge of in life, a lot of general knowledge for other things. A little bit of Spanish, and a little bit of French, and a little bit of German, and a little bit of
Popular in years. Oh.
the Spanish trip to Taco Bell yet. When we grew up in Michigan, we had a little bit of French language instruction, very little. Elementary school, so it's not that heavy, but if you're living nearish to Canada, part of the world, then a bit more focus on that as a extracurricular language, I guess. Compared to when you move down to Arizona, where of short on hills there. Finish up this race yet. Go back and grab that here in a second then. Está muerto. Mi cabeza. Alright, continuing along here to stage number 12. Datacore Drift. Boss challenge race. Gotta win. Not too fancy.
I never disappoint. This is my sector.
Gustav Allen. Bumblebee Man. Simpsons there. Yeah, Dad actually worked down in Mexico for, so we got one first in it.
This will be over in a couple keystrokes.
Again, enough to communicate with other people that you need to get the job done. First job at a factory. Yeah, as a general rule of thumb, often winds up being the first thing you learn if you work with folks in foreign languages. How to cuss. What's a work day without a little cussing?
If I must. This is my stage. What a performance!
There's a barrel there.
Losing time.
I can swear I cuss with the best of them. Diaper biscuits. I'm still running a joke yet. The cheat commandos. There we go. Now we can grab that one. Ooh. See? Racing suit costumes there. Means having a whole nother set at the end of chapter 6, but yeah, just get one. And a few more stars there for Zeus, and one more to level up again though. Looks like we got non-leveled up though. And disc avatar always classic. I should figure it out. We're gonna copy paste it into Google Translate. Oh. Yeah. Here what we mostly need to get done here. Connect with the server. That one. Oh, yeah, and then the chapter 4. 2 hours, right? Otherwise we're mostly done. Yeah. There's most what we need to do with chapter number 5, so we'll eventually pop back in here later this morning so we can cruise on through chapter number 6. Last few races done at this part of the season. Master Key. Chance to unlock the other racer there, Rinsler. The track there, so see what we can get done. Last part here of Tron season.